Hi friends, welcome back to your practice. My name is Jess and today's class will be a marination flow. It's going to be a slower, more chill practice that's focused on full body mobility. So if you've been moving more vigorously or you run or you weight train or you just need some time to de-stress and come back, this class is going to be for you. I am going to be using 2 blocks and my trusty bolster, so if you have those, grab them and bring them near. Other than that, if you like classes like this, please consider subscribing to my channel or sharing with a friend so that we can practice together all the time. And if you'd like to dive deeper into your practice or come on a yoga retreat with me to a beautiful destination, please check out my website at jrockyoga.com, and I'm active on Instagram at jrockyoga. Let's get to it. I'll see you on the other side. All right, today we're going to get started in a comfortable seated position. So if you have your blocks or you have your bolster, you can go ahead and place it on your mat any way that sees fit, and maybe you sit right on top of it. You can let your shins touch the ground, the tops of your feet touch the ground. A block or a pile of books could work for this as well. And let's just start with some breathing. If it feels safe for you, you can go ahead and close down your eyes. Palms can flip up or down on your thighs. And we'll start by taking a nice deep breath in through our nose for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll hold. And we'll exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll hold. And we'll go again. Inhale. Hold your breath. And exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Big breath in through your nose. Open your mouth. You can keep your eyes closed if that feels good for you. And we'll just start to drop our chin down toward our chest. And then bring your right ear over towards your right shoulder. Drop your head back, and left ear to left shoulder. Taking some neck circles, chin to chest, right ear, right shoulder. Head drops back, left ear, left shoulder. One more this side. When your chin comes back to touching your chest, switch directions. Left ear, left shoulder. Head drops back. Right ear, right shoulder, chin to chest. Left ear, left shoulder, head drops back. Right ear, right shoulder, chin to chest. Last one on your own. And then slowly lift your gaze, sprout out the crown of your head. Inhale, circle your arms up over your head, big stretch. As you exhale, interlace your fingers and then turn your palms to face the sky. If you need to blink your eyes open and look at me, that's perfectly fine. If not, stay with my voice. As you inhale, really stretch up, press the palms up toward the ceiling. And without moving anything else, just draw your palms back. This is going to create a deep stretch in the front of your arms, your armpits. Big inhale. Long exhale. Inhale, release. Circle your palms back down to touch the earth. Exhale to pause. Inhale, arms circle up. Exhale, interlace your fingers and press the palms up toward the sky. Inhale, draw your palms back like they're trying to go behind your body, but everything else stays the same. Big stretch. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release, hands down toward the ground. You can start to blink your eyes halfway open. And then just start to take a couple shoulder circles. So come forward, up, together, and down. Forward, up, and then as you come together, feel your collarbones open and down. And let these be little, or they can be a little bit bigger. You can kind of add your elbows in. Go with what feels good. We're just starting to take a little movement in the joints in the upper half of our body, give them a little love. And then as it gets bigger, definitely add the elbows. And then add your full arm. The hand goes forward, up, back, and down. And we'll switch directions now. So starting with the palms kind of facing in, relax down by your sides. Squeeze the low tips of your shoulder blades together. And then draw them up, round your shoulders forward, and pull them back and open. Up, forward, back and open. Squeeze your shoulder blades up, forward, back and open, and then make it bigger. Add your hands. And kind of think about your palms open to the side, and then they climb up over a waterfall and cascade forward. And don't worry what it looks like. If you feel a little sticky or it's not very fluid, that's okay. We're moving through our fascia. We're kind of exploring our body a little bit differently than we might usually do. Yoga sometimes is a little bit linear. There's a lot of rules and there's a lot of alignment when you're first getting started especially. So when you start to move more fluidly, sometimes your brain and your body takes a little while to catch up. And then we'll add the full arm. Arms go straight, forward, down, and back. Good, one more. And then release your palms down. Give your shoulders and your hands a little shake. A little shake, shake, shake. Beautiful, and be still. Allow the weight of your body to rest on your block or on your bolster. Lift through your heart, lift through the crown of your head. Okay, we're going to move into a little bit of a different pose. So coming off your bolster and lengthening your bolster the long way. We're going to start with a supported hero's pose, and then we'll have the option to remove the bolster if you feel like you're ready and wanting to go there. So you'll start with knees and thighs together and your feet outside of your sitting bones. So it's like you're sitting right in between your feet. If this is already too much for you, you can sit up on your block. And then we're going to snuggle our sacrum up to the bolster and start to lean all the way back. Beautiful. Now, notice if your knees lift up, you might not want to come down as far, or you might want to place a block underneath your bolster to lift it up. If your knees go wide, that's totally fine. Try and have this be a little bit more restful than it is strenuous. So adding more height to the bolster if you need. And then allow your arms to go out, your palms to face up. And allow yourself to take a few breaths here. If you'd like to internally explore the pose a little deeper, you can try pressing the shins and the fronts of your knees down and forward. Sometimes that will create a little bit of a deeper stretch in the front of your thigh. And over time here, your arms might feel heavier and your heart might become a little bit unlocked so that your shoulders can rest down, 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 and back, and your heart can kind of pop up toward the sky. This might take a few moments because we're so forward in our lives. Lots of sitting, lots of looking down at phones. So really breathe deeply and allow the opposite to happen here. If this feels good to you and you're feeling like your body is open, I'm going to invite you into a deeper version of the posture. If you're fine right here, you can stay. But if you'd like to go deeper, come back up onto your sitting bones and slide your bolster out to the right or the left, and then come down onto your forearms. If that feels okay, come all the way down onto your shoulders and snuggle your shoulders underneath you. Press down through your shins. Maybe your arms go up over your head and you reach for opposite elbows, full hero's pose. If the body is open and kind of ready for this, this should feel more relaxing to you. If this feels very stressful, try putting the bolster back underneath you and enjoy the pose, allowing your body to open there. We want to work with our bodies. We want to listen to the cues and the subtleties that our body shares with us. And the more we listen and the closer we listen, often the faster we can get into deeper postures. It's the opposite of pushing. The safer our body feels, the more it will open for us. Take a few deep breaths here in your full hero's pose. And to come out, we'll start to place our elbows back on the ground. I like to grab onto my ankles, press down into my elbows, and then my hands, and come all the way up. We'll then move into a lunge. So just slide your right knee to the back of your mat and step up onto your left foot. You'll be in a lizard lunge. If you'd like to take one of your blocks underneath your forearms, go ahead. And just start to wiggle around here. Start to sway your hips from left to right. Since we didn't do a flow practice before, this is a different way of moving into your flexibility. So it might feel a little less accessible or a little sticky. That's why I encourage you to really explore, move around. You can always remove the block, and you can always be up on your hands. If this feels good to you, bend into your back knee and flex your right foot. Let your left knee drop open to the left, and let your right foot drop open to the right. Finding a little kind of yin-yang of a stretch. You can rock here. And then you'll pull your left knee in to your arm and then take your right heel like it's trying to go across to the left of your mat. So opposite, we're closing inward, and you might have a little rounding of your spine. You'll feel a much deeper stretch in your left inner thigh, kind of like your groin area. Breathe deeply here. And then slowly come back. Replace your right toes on the mat and come up onto your hands. Reach your left arm forward, up, and back. We'll do that a few more times. Reach around, left arm forward, up, and back. One more time, forward, up, and back. And then rock back onto your front heel just for a moment. Inhale up to your fingertips, scooping your heart forward, and exhale, just gently bend at your elbows. A little baby half split. Come on back into your lunge. Start to pivot towards the right side of your mat. Turn your right toes up and sit down into a skandasana pose. Now, I encourage you, if you have a block and this feels stressful on your connective tissue in your right glute, sit on the block. Make your practice work for you. And honestly, this feels really great. So think about even sitting on the block. The crown of the head is lifting. Your right heel is squeezing in towards your left heel. And you have this energy coming inward and upward. If you don't need the block, you can remove it. Beautiful. Take one more breath in here. And as you exhale, plant your hands, press into your left foot, and come to a wide-legged forward fold. Turn your toes slightly in and halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale, bend your knees just a little bit and fold. Relax your head and neck down toward the earth. Rock a little bit forward into the ball mounds of your feet. And then maybe you sway your torso left and right. When you sway to the right, maybe your right knee bends a little bit. When you sway to the left, maybe your left knee bends. Keep your breath very close to you. And on your next inhale, come back around to the front of your mat, place your right knee down, and then send your left knee back next to your right. As you inhale, untuck your tailbone, cow pose, scooping your heart forward. And as you exhale, round your spine. Inhale, untuck your tailbone. Exhale, round. Beautiful. Next time you inhale, step your right foot around your right hand and come into your lizard pose. Again, just moving around a little bit. Maybe you're on your hands. Maybe you come down onto your forearms, onto your block. And start to explore into your hips, front, back, left, right. And just allowing yourself to get curious about what areas might need a little extra attention. Where do you feel sensation? Can you linger there and can you breathe? Just watching the sensation maybe change as you do so. Maybe you come down all the way to your forearms. And if this feels good, bend your left knee and then let your right knee drop out toward the right side and let your left heel drop out toward the left side. So it's like, whoop, your knee and your heel are running away from each other. Like a little funky circus stretch. And then as your next exhale comes to you, pull your right knee inward, pull your left heel inward, and maybe you round a little bit, feeling the deeper stretch in your inner right thigh, closer to your groin. And if you're not feeling a stretch, see if you can lean a little bit forward as you pull everything in. Good. Replace your left toes on your mat. Come back up to your hands. And as you inhale, reach your right arm forward. And as you exhale, sweep it up and back. And we'll do it 2 more times. Inhale, around, forward and up. Exhale, back. Inhale, around, forward and up. Exhale, back. Coming back forward. Rock onto your right heel, straightening your right leg. It doesn't have to be super straight, but it's straight-ish. Inhale, scoop your heart to your big toe, and exhale, just gently bend at your elbows. Beautiful. As you inhale, rebend into your right knee. Start to pivot towards your left and sit down into your skandasana. And just like I did on the other side, I'm going to take a block to start underneath my left glute and just squeeze my heels together and see if I can get my length up. The block is super supportive. Even in our power classes, blocks are an extension of our body. So it's like we have a longer arm or a longer leg. So this right now is allowing me to really lift and open my spine so that maybe when I decide to remove the block, I can keep that lift and openness in my spine. I lose a little bit, but definitely more than I had before the block. Let's take 1 more breath. And as you exhale, plant your hands, press off your right foot, and come to a wide-legged forward fold. Toe heel your feet to face in toward one another. And as you inhale, scoop your heart forward. As you exhale, fold down and fold in. This time, reach for your outer ankles. Micro bend into your knees, pull your thighs up, and then catapult your heart forward and down. Call upon your breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, walk your hands underneath your forehead, come to a halfway lift. And as you exhale, crawl back around to the front of your mat, place your back knee down. And then send your right knee next to your left knee. Sit back, child's pose. Take a moment here and breathe. Feel the length in your torso. Feel the earth beneath your forehead, feeling supported. As you inhale, stay very low to the mat, look forward, and just come onto your forearms and start to glide forward onto your belly. Take a block and place it on the lowest setting in the center of your mat, and extend your right arm out toward the right side in line with your right shoulder. Roll onto your right hip and place your right cheek and right ear on the block. Coming into a nice front shoulder opener here. If you'd like a little bit more, your left arm can go up toward the sky. There's no need to force it if this doesn't feel great, but go ahead if it feels all right. And maybe you wrap your left arm around your low back. Deep breath in and long breath out. Softening into the front of your right shoulder. Left arm comes back up toward the sky. Roll back toward your belly. Extend your left arm and then roll onto the front of your left shoulder, left cheek, left ear on your block. Really breathing deeply here. Allowing softness in your front shoulder. Maybe right arm lifts up toward the sky. Maybe you reach around behind your back, palm faces out. Slowly release your right arm back up toward the sky, and then roll back onto your belly. Make a pillow with your hands or with your fists and place your forehead down. Allow your heels to drop out to either side. Feel the weight of your belly on the earth. Allow your breath to expand you and soften you. Slowly start to rise up, placing your hands beside your rib cage. And as you inhale, lift into a gentle cobra. Wrap your elbows down and back, scoop your heart forward and up. And as you exhale, press back to sitting on your heels. Interlace your fingers behind your back and keep a bend in your elbows. Keeping that bend in your elbows, roll your shoulder blades up, back, together. And once they're together, press your knuckles down, straighten your arms, and bring your palms to touch if possible. If that doesn't feel good, keep the elbows bent, no big deal. As you inhale, you can stay here or you can press onto your shins. Stick your tailbone back and scoop your heart forward and up. Maybe you tuck your toes here for stability and just keep pressing your knuckles down, hugging your shoulder blades together like they're wrapping around your spine. Like they're almost like suctioning your spine in. One more inhale. As you exhale, send your tailbone back to sit on your heels. Release your hands and come all the way down, palms flip up on top of your thighs. Big exhale. Maybe you rock your head to the left and to the right. Maybe you swish your jaw around. How often do you move your jaw? So move your jaw left and right. Move it front, move it back. We'll also do a little mobility for the tongue. So take a breath in, and on your exhale, just like you're rolling an R, we'll do it 2 more times. Inhale, let your face be super soft. One more breath in. Little shake through your shoulders, through your hands. And then we're going to come back up. So now we're going to take both of your blocks. We can take one on the very lowest setting and the other on the middle setting. And we'll make a diagonal, like a little angled structure here with your bolster. So bolster goes on top of the blocks and it's angled upward. We'll take our feet together in Supta Baddha Konasana and snuggle our sacrum close to our bolster once again. And then start to waterfall back over your bolster and let your arms fall out and open palms go up. This isn't our final pose, but we're preparing. So allow yourself this moment to feel supported, to allow your front body to cascade over your back body, to feel restful here. To know that you don't have to go anywhere right now. There's nowhere to go, nowhere to be. So just start to follow the sensation of your breath. Allow yourself to be fully present in your body and your experience. And if your mind wanders, just allow yourself to come back. Almost like you gently draw a child's hand back in if they tried to walk away. And if your mind wanders, just gently draw it back. Almost like you'd do a puppy that didn't know any better but was kind of trying to run. You just gently grab it and bring it back. That's the gentle training of our mind and our meditation. We treat ourselves with kindness and compassion each time we wander from the present moment. And the more we can catch our wandering and bring ourselves back, the easier it gets, and sometimes the less we wander. And in turn, this allows us to enjoy the present moment, to really exist as we are right now, without worry about the future, despair for the past. We can feel the warmth of our body, the warmth of our hearts. And know that right now is all we've got. And it's the most important. If you feel the need to stay in this pose longer, you can do so. Otherwise, we'll bring awareness to our fingertips and start to stretch our arms back and up over our bolster, big stretch. You might even want to interlace your fingers and really pull them back. And then planting our hands on our mat, sitting up, and rolling our bolster off to the right or left, sliding our blocks off to the right or left. And then just coming all the way down onto our backs, hugging your knees into your chest, giving yourself a whole lot of love. Before we come into our final pose, sending our legs all the way up to the sky, sending our arms all the way up to the sky, and just let your wrists and your ankles be a little floppy. So almost like you're waterfalling your hands and fingers and toes. And then we're going to shake. So just shake, 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 shake. Your hands, your ankles, your feet. Shake them as much as you can. Very fast, even faster, super fast. Shake, 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 shake. Keep shaking, keep shaking, keep shaking. Faster, faster. And then pause. And feel. Notice any sensations dripping out of your hands and up the arms. Maybe there's a glow or a sparkle. Slowly starting to release your hands and your feet down toward the floor and extending your legs long and your arms wide. Preparing for our final pose of Shavasana. Together we breathe in and out. Allow yourself to marinate here until you feel ready to rise. Take as much time as you need to steep in the magic of this practice. Shavasana. Thank you for marinating with me today. I hope you enjoyed this slow, stretchy practice. If you did, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel or sharing it with a friend. And if you'd like to come on a yoga retreat with me or dive deeper into your practice or take a training, please check out my website at jrockyoga.com, and I'm very active on Instagram over at jrockyoga. I'll see you soon.